Sasa wewe nataka unipatie okay. Juu nataka nizibue saa hii. Sasa akirudisha ikuwe ngori.
Wewe sibua. Sasa sibua. Msibue.
Akileta shida
sasa atakuja kuzibua mwenyewe sasa akiziba.
Relief iko wapi sasa unaniambia tena? Unaitwa relief wapi? Unasema relief iko kwa relief. Nani anaitwa relief?
Akasema kama niko mahali naitwa Vegas hapo.
Kwa relief. Ati relief. Relief ni nani?
River. Swamp. Kwa Kikuria. Inaitwa river.
Anza na huko kwanza.
Anza na huko chini bwana.
Wewe unaanza unajua kuchimba mtaro. Unaanza na huko ndio hii maji, ndio ukija kumalizia maji inaenda.
Inaenda straight.
Bongo guarante nori hadwar. Ato nisuru dori no mama nyamba ngware bana ko dira para ni sawa.
Mata nikuja na chief hapa.
Nikuja hata na chief hapa.
Namba ya Matiku.
Ya chief?
Matiku.
Ai sidhani.
Kwa Nairobi hii yote ingekuwa ni Nairobi.
Sasa man. Hapo man. Atu unaweza bana.
Hiyo ni dawa na hiyo kimwili hiyo watakuwa. Mwili yenyewe huna. Wakikunyonya watanyonya wapi hapo? Watanyonya wapi hapo? Hakuna. Wacha uone. Watakunyonya wapi?
Hakuna. Hii nyumba si ati juzi imejengwa hapo. Na ameiona
si ati nyumba hata Vegas. Unaona vile ilikuwa sasa ilikuwa inaendelea kujenga.
Huyu mtu asingejenga kama sema ambayo ilikuwa ina maji. Kuna vile alikuwa anatoa. Na hii nyumba ilikuwa ni nyumba nyingine ya fahari sana na Nyabwanse hii. The very first permanent ni hii hapa. Nyabwanse. Sasa umze yeye hapo hilo ni shamba asumize watu ambao wanaishi. Sasa angesumbua.
Hatujapata hapa lakini
hii ni mara ya
hivi sasa inasangana
anaongea siku tu kureva
kila siku anakuja sasa kisibua namna hii tena anakuja tena
anakuja. Wacha utaona kesho atakuja.
Lakini hatujapata. Wenda tukompata. Yeye sasa atengeneze mtaro kwa shamba yake iende huko kabisa barabara.
Ndio imeclear kila kitu sasa hivi.
Sasa hii maji yote imetoka town.
Mko gara sasa.
Sasa inatoka.
Sasa hii maji yote imetoka town sasa inakuja ikikuja kwa hapa.
Guys, as we are just back to this kind of the position, already we have handled much of the pogroms and inter-postcoms that have been handled at this kind of the regime. And we have just already invited the chief area, and also we had the police officers who just arrived here, so they can just see the scenario, how it was. But to this kind of the fantastic module, we have just finished with everyone, and already we have put the channel now. It's now running to the far end, and the water now is just traveling. Come and see if it's just alive, because it was backlogged here. You can even see what is just traveling from that kind of the backlog of water at Mr. Joseph is calling this kind of the section as California. So water now is just drained. You can even see how the drainage system is, and we can just talk about something which is pathetic. You can even see there's a kitchen garden here, but it's now looking so pathetic. Now even chicken have got much of the good time, so they can just look for earthworms, so they can just make sure that they're just making their own bodies to come out. So you can even see now we have have just opened the tunnel, so we have much of the water right now. It's just coming from every kind of the sections and now joining to this kind of the caliber of the channel, so as it can just move. So it has now formulated something called tributaries here, so they can just form like a small rivers, but it's just a small channels of water that is making sure that everything is just getting to the brim point of today. And now we have this kind of the channel. Now it's now moving, and we have so big rocks that were just hit here, and they were just bringing much of the shenanigans here. You can even see this kind of the rocks that they are here to make sure that they're just sealing this kind of the position, making sure that this kind of the water was not moving from one position to another, which is as logarithmically, it's just bringing much of the problems that are encountered to this kind of an area. I'm no longer helping one person, but I'm helping this kind of the people who are just living here, but they don't have somebody who can say out, and they're lacking such kind of a person who can just talk about this kind of the thing should be done this way. And we can talk about sometimes we have the regime, which is maybe you can talk about it's not fairly treated, and you cannot fairly treat much of the people who are just subjected under them, and they're just making sure that this kind of the problems are affecting them. So if you see from this kind of the area, you can see the area, it's just that the water is now moving, and it doesn't have any stop. It means that if we could just see the backlog of water and it's not moving, because water is moving, so we have this kind of an area, it means that this kind of the channel, it's valid, and it can just work so perpendicular, because much of the water that's coming from town, Nyabuhanse there, it's so much in a quantity that it's going to be coming in gigabytes, that it can even drive a hydroelectric power. And because of that kind of the insinuations and hallucinations that are coming out, it's now pogromitically and undermining much of the people who are just living here and making them to be pathetic, because maybe somebody can feel like is so energetic enough, or is so having too much talking and too much headache, and they can talk about, oh, I'm now old, I cannot be and arrested and be done whatever much of the police can just do. But that is what is becoming a failure. And if we have such kind of the failures, right now we have just opened everything, and we're never going to be coming back to seal this kind of an area. It will be a problem, and it will be a serious case that will be just opened here. And this is the warning again. I'll never repeat at this one, and it's the last time I'm just to this kind of the position to make sure that this kind of an area is sealed permanently, and nothing will ever interfere with this kind of the area again, because much of the people think about they're above the law, but much of the times we talk about we are slow. We don't have that one of, oh, let me do it at the far end, but we are small, and we're going to be rectifying everything, and whatever going to be coming to Gintu are going to be rectifying and straight. I don't have cornering here. So the good thing is everything will go straight as the way it should be. And this is just the regime that we want to introduce. No much of the people talking about, oh, because you're going to be coming with a machete, you're going to be coming with whatever, you're going to be coming with a djembe, so you can just come and force us, oh, you know, I am an aged person at the community, you should not intimidate me, or we should not this. So right now we are dealing with the law, so as you can just frame them perpendicularly. But we have much of the talk that the area chief has already talked about, Mr. Joseph here. And the good thing is what I can just talk about, it was a communication in Swahili, but much of the people can just talk about, oh, Gintu, what are they talking about this kind of the team. We're never going to be watching this kind of the part, we're going to be enjoying this kind of the session, because we had invited much of the police officers from Nyabuhanse, and already we were joined with the area chief, so as you can just make sure that he's checking much of the things that are happening at the grassroots. But he understands this kind of an area, but sometimes we don't have a person who can push it to be, because sometimes not everybody can just be a leader, but there are person who can push it, and much of the things can happen. Right now, I'm just making sure that everything is done meticulously, and the boys are just democratizing at this kind of the section to make sure that the house is clean and it's just gorgeous. We're never going to be getting out of this kind of the section, it will be fantastic and logistically good, and whenever we just keep hold and get out of this kind of the brim point. Not that we can talk about, yes, he has just talked about he's going to be staying here, but not in a way that if he has just talked about, we have to respect some of the people's ideas, people's thoughts, and whatever he's just planning to do. Whereby if he has just decided that you're going to be staying here and you're going to be done, not that, okay, he has to stay here. Yes, he doesn't go to his home, but you have much of the stories to tell about his own the future and how he came and whenever. He has just stayed there for more than 30 years and before I could just be born. So it means that much of the people are just living at this kind of the area. They know him than even I know him. So the good fact fact is the area chief has talked about even the children came to pick him out of this kind of the section, but he just refused and talked about I cannot get out of this kind of the position. Why is it handled that way? We're going to be intervening him to understand, because it's today I'm just getting much of the words, because I've talked about he has stayed here more than even I was even born, the years I was even born. So it means that I was here since 1990s. So it means that he understands everything that's just performed here, and that is the meticulous thing that I'm going to talk about. So I'm going to be getting there so I can just talk about this kind of the small things that are going to be kept holding at this kind of the position and withstanding the position how it is. So whenever we're going to be kept holding this kind of the stuff, let's hear and understand what's really happening to the grassroots and what is really coming out at this kind of the position, so as you can understand the real points, the real area, and the real thing that is coming out of this kind of the position. So guys, we're going to be getting back to that kind of the position, so I can just see if the cleanness of the house is just being made, and also we have much of the net to be fixed onto his own bed, because I asked him about this kind of the area it's going to be affecting you. He told me that, oh, Gintu, no, I have so many blankets. So I admit to myself that he has so many blankets means that there's no coldness, or you're going to not have much of the numbness, and talk about the numbness of the condition, talk about the cold condition, talk about the moisture and that kind of the house. It's going to be so affected because of the age. And so whenever we talk about the affections of the diseases, we have talk about the age is part of the talk about the things that or the aspects of which will just lead to much of the infections. Talk about the age, talk about moisture, talk about temperature, talk about how the condition is, and that is what is just affecting much of the people and to the grassroots. So we are just preventing it not to happen. What is good for me is prevention is better than cure. So if we prevent, even if he has just defined that he's going to be not going to his own home, but we can just talk about let us not leave him to live in a way that people are no longer seeing this kind of the issues happening. But if we try our best and make sure that this kind of the things are coming out, we are making something different. But I've ever seen much of the people coming here and talking about, oh, Gintu has ever come to this kind of the side. I saw much of the mongoose. They were just coming and talking about, oh, Gintu A, B, C, D, and they're passing here, yet they cannot do anything. They're just talking postcoms and stupidity, but I have to pump much of the brain to your own brains, so they can just have a little bit of vacancy that is onto their brain, so they can pump the knowledge to their empty, vacant brain, so they can just understand that this legitimate time is making sure that it's saying and making. You see, act and judge, because I saw how the water is becoming a problem. I acted. I'm making sure that I have invited the talk about the police, the chief area, and also the boys. They are here to make sure that this kind of the water is opened. So the judgment is this guy should not block this kind of an area again, because now he will face the law rapidly, and it's just a warning again and again. And if you're going to be repeating, it's going to be chaotic, and if offensively, it's going to be titulated like chemistry, and it's going to be titulated in a chemistry whereby this going to be like a lab of him, so it can just be handled and talk about this is how the condition is. So as far as everything is in concern, we are still handling much of the 2-3 issues here that we can just solve at this kind of the moment and make it happen at this kind of the particular moment of today. So this is a one-on-one live that just I'm covering from this kind of Nyabuhanse right now. And the grassroots is saying we have to make it happen, and the grassroots is saying this is the moment for us to rise as the youth. Not that we should be taken and to be overtaken to this kind of the regime. We have to make it happening. This is our courtesy, and our courtesy of us to live and make sure that other people are living. And this is why I talk about this is the real G, the real vibe, the real time, the real man in the ground. Let's make it happen, because when you see me, you see the impact. And this is just the beginning. Oh, haujakuja na nani? Na gambut.
Wewe unataka kutupeleka huko?
Lakini unaweza angalia.
Hii ni nyumba ya mtu sasa. Wewe mzee?
Hii ni nyumba ya mtu.
Unaishi hapa? Mbona unaishi kwa bahari?
Wanajeshi.
Niko ndani ya bahari hapa ni California. Wewe California.
Lakini unajua maji yangekuwa yanaenda. Ni roho mzana.
Sasa umeziba na mawe.
Hii
Na tumejaribu kufungua hiyo mtaro.
Iko good.
Sasa ndio inaleta ngori sasa.
Naona mtu anaishi hapo.
Na mawe si yake. Mawe amechukua ya mtu huko ndio anaweka huko. Kwa ameyafikia hapa.
Sasa nani amezia?
Huyu mzee mwenye analima huko anaitwa Magabe. Kwake ni huko.
Hapo juu ya mtandao.
Huko kwenda huko hivi. Tuwezi kulima hivi.
Siku yake hiyo.
Sasa ametia mzee hapa kila wakati ni kulalamika huko.
Sasa hiyo mzee amelala kwa hiyo maji msikuja.
Yote hivyo. Na nimezibua hii mtaro mara mingi sana.
Ni yako ndio nikikia tena.
Kwa hii ni yako. Kwani huyo mzee yuko wapi? 18, 57.
Hiyo ya 57.
Ule mzee hata ndo ule huko.
Wapi?
Ana ndo ule anataka kujisaidia huko. Ndo ule.
Ndio ile pande ile, si ndio?
Eh.
Wapi?
Ndio ile anakuangalia kutoka pande ile.
Yule mwenye amevaa
Koti.
Kama soti.
karibu na hiyo signboard hiyo.
Hiyo marufu hiyo na rangi mnaita.
Hapo koroni hapo.
Hiyo amezuiliwa.
Hao wawili. Asi mwenye anakojoa hapo.
Newe.
Tu toko momo toko hiyo.
Mambo yangu tuma.
Hiyo si yeye.
Hiyo si yeye. Hiyo kwa gani?
Sasa hiyo ndio tabu tuko nayo hapa.
Hii shamba ni ya nani?
Hii shamba ni ya Just Julius, eh?
Julius.
Umemwona akipita hivi, si ndio? Julius hata amepita hivi akienda kwake.
Ndio huyu jamaa hapa.
Sasa imekuwa tu list hapa. Ulima tu hapa 2 3 na mtaro ndio hii imechapa tu kienda.
Hata pale ingefuata tu mtaro.
Bado naenda. Sasa wewe nataka unipatie okay. Juu nataka nizibue saa hii. Sasa akirudisha ikuwe ngori.
Wewe sibua. Sasa
ndio.
sibua. Msibue.
Akileta shida
Sasa atakuja kuzibua mwenyewe sasa akiziba.
Relief iko wapi sasa na niambia tu inaitwa relief wapi? Tunasema relief iko kwa relief. Maana inaitwa relief.
Sema kama niko mahali inaitwa Vegas hapa.
Kwa river. Kwa river. River ni nani?
River. Swamp. Kwa Kikuria Sikuria. Inaitwa river.
Anza na huko kwanza.
Anza na huko chini bwana.
Wewe unaanza hujawahi kuchimba mtaro. Unaanza na huko ndio hii maji ndio ukija kumalizia maji inaenda.
Inaenda straight.
Bongo ko aranche nori hadwar. Ato nisuro dori no mama nyamba ngware bana ko dira para ni so.
Kupata nikakuja na chifu hapa.
Nikuja hata na chifu hapa.
Kuna namba ya Matiku.
Ya chief.
Matiku.
Ai sidhani.
Maro. Kuna namba ya chief we.
Kuna chifu namba ya Matiku. Nadhani kuna. Hebu nisaidie. Sasa mweke hapa si anakuja kuweka tena.
Usipeleke mbali.
Bangko kahira haru.
Sasa huyu hata hakulalamika huyu.
Sasa hata analalamika.
Sasa utafanya aje sasa na mzee hajakuja hapo usikie maneno sasa. Hajakuja hapa sasa usikie.
Leta namba ya chifu wewe.
Matiko.
Kwani chifu uko na chifu? Kuna chifu gani? Kwani wewe ni minister ya interior?
Rentable.
Ajikwambia mawe kutrash baji.
Bora.
Maji.
0714
07 14
89 44 16.
16. Chief. Uko mahali nilikuacha? Hebu kuja hapa kwa hii nani mahali Ketmas anachomea nini, kuja hapa. Iko watu wanaishi kwa mikingo. Kuja saa hii.
Anasukuma hizi mawe.
Lazima liweka kibarua.
Kuna kijana mmoja anatumiaga yule kijana wake. Ni kicha hivi.
Haujui Masubo?
Masubo yake
na kijamaa kifupi tu hivi.
Watu wengi tunajua kwa Masura sasa.
Jamaa kifupi.
Nimemjua. Yule mwenye alikuwa analimanga pale mwisho.
Sio sasa ni baba yake sasa.
Anaongeanga ni kama maneno haitoki vizuri.
Haya.
Kwa island.
Mzee amepangisha hapo. Huyu mzee amepangisha hapo.
Amepatiwa
lakini
anajunga nyumba wewe.
Amepatiwa tu hiyo space na Boki KCB.
Ile hapo hivi.
Hapa ndo amenunua recent.
Huyu jamaa anauliza changamoto wapi?
Nani wewe?
Mkadi. Mkadi.
Si chota maji humo ndani. Chota maji.
Wewe unatosha upewe kazi ya MCA wewe. Kintu. Unatosha upewe kazi ya MCA. Ndio usaidie watu vile unasaidia.
Huko bana. Anakuanga na hali mbaya. Sije nikuoshe huko.
Mzana. Kuosha hapa lazima kuosha.
Ingekuwa Nairobi hii yote ingekuwa ni manyumba.
Hata wanaweza bana.
Hiyo ni dawa wanawake. Hiyo kimwili hiyo watakuua. Mwili yenyewe huna. Wakikunyonya watanyonya wapi hapo? Watanyonya wapi hapo? Hakuna. Wacha uone. Watakunyonya wapi?
Hakuna kitambi ya kubaguza. Hakuna kitambi ya kubaguza.
Mzono nani chinguru buda. Mzono nani chinguru.
Upate ile ilishuka kama mimi ile nilikosa wanaume. Nishuka ile mzee kabisa. Naona vile maji imeenda sasa.
Na inajua njia tu hiyo.
Leo sasa. Iko mtu yako hapa. Anaishi Migingo. Hii maji yote ilikuwa kwake ndani.
Mzee analala.
Ndio imenieleza.
Mzee analala zake. Watoto walikuwa kutoka si watoto wa ndugu yake wa dada zake wakaja.
Yupi sasa?
Huyu mzee wakaja nikapata nao hapo. Wako karibia 6 wasichana vijana. Wanasema sasa jamani tumekuja
Tujue anko.
Twende. Unajua mzee alikataa. Sasa jamani mimi.
Sasa
Mniache mimi.
Fanya hivi. Sikiza.
Kwa amani.
Sikiza sasa. Unaona hii ile shida imeleta ndio hapa ilikuwa imezibwa. Nasikia ni mzee anaitwa Mzee Makape.
Kama ni Magabe sana hasa yeye. Mtasikiza. Huyu
Sasa tu kwa tunaongelea huyu.
Hatukuwa naongelea hapo. Hii unaona hii maji vile inakuja. Sasa huyo alikuwa amesiba kabisa hapa.
Mzee Magabe. Mzee Magabe hasa yeye kama
na mimi naona iko mtaro ya kupeleka maji kabisa itoke mpaka huko nje. Sasa nataka hii maji kwame hapa itaenda wapi?
Kumaki hayo nanyo hapa ililipa.
Kumbuka kono wewe. Mzee yeye anafuata ile nilitoka. Hayo maji yamekuwa
yakienda.
Na hii nyumba si ati juzi imejengwa hapo. Na ameiona
si ati nyumba hata pekee yake. Unaona vile ilikuwa sasa ilikuwa inaendelea kujenga.
Huyu mtu asingejenga kama sema ambayo ilikuwa ina maji. Kuna vile alikuwa anatoa. Na hii nyumba ilikuwa ni nyumba nyingine ya fahari sana na Nyabwanse hii. Very fast permanent ni hii hapa. Nyabwanse hii. Sasa mzee yeye hapo hilo ni shamba asumize watu ambao wanaishi. Sasa angesumbua.
Hatujapata hapa lakini
hii ni mara ya
hiyo sasa inasangana
anaongea siku tu kureva.
Kila siku anakuja sasa kisibua namna hii tena anakuja tena anakuja.
Wacha utaona kesho atakuja.
Lakini hatujapata. Kwenda kumpata. Yeye sasa atengeneze mtaro kwa shamba yake iende huko kabisa barabara.
Ndio imeclear kila kitu sasa hivi.
Sasa hii maji yote imetoka town.
Mko gara sasa.
Sasa inatoka.
Sasa hii maji yote imetoka town sasa inakuja ikikuja kwama hapa.
Na mzee ni vile watoke sasa wakikuja atahamishwa kwa nguvu. Na beba yeye. Afungwe aende kwa huko.
Niko na kitu kwetu.
Huyu mtu gani amekuja hapa jana? Huyu. Over 30 years akwa.
Hili sasa alinunua shamba.
Alinunua Nyang'hule shamba za mjini.
Hello, kwa hapo mimi.
Huyo mwanamke
kila tu kwa na magaboto.
barabara zote. Vijana watu wakija, huyu mzee aende kwao. Wakikuja wale anasumbua watoto walikuja kumchukua 6. Lakini hata ukiona hao watoto na naye wanafanana kabisa. Ni kwa nini mzee kama huyu asiwekee kwa watu wake karibu? Yeye na mwingine anaitwa Mado.
Akulike kama ya bande wiki mko para yeye siku. Yeah. Chunga
wale watoto wakija tena nikiwapata huyu mzee anatoka hapa lakini arudi kwao.
Sasa kanya huyo mzee asifunge baadaye.
Yule naye pia atakanya
asifunge tena.
Si mara ya 4 na nienda na okay.
Kumbuka kwa taramore. Hapana mrambati kabisa yani machozi
Iwezi leta maji.
Aquilo morono nyogi. Eno nyogi. Una ubujono. Why can you nyogi kabisa da jeri tabele lu. Ede mi bado ko mo.
Hello beautiful people, we are back to this kind of the regime again, so you can just make sure that everything is just coming out at this kind of the pathway. And you have seen much of the talk, how it was, and much of the things. Today we have the police officers and also the chief area has to arrive at this kind of the section of Mr. Joseph, so I can just make sure that this kind of the area is making sure that everything is so fantastic here. So we have a backlog and much of the things to entail and to talk about right today, because the water has peaked again and it's becoming so rhetorical again. So the boys are here. Hey, how are you, man? Mr. Musani, they are here. Everything is good? Actually, on mzee hapo. Hi, mzee. Everything is good? So guys, we have just cleaned the room from the...
I see they are sliding in the way.
So you are talking about you are in California? Now you are in California, eh?
Yeah.
Yeah, California. Exactly, this is California.
Yeah.
Exactly, guys, this is California. By the way, you can even see it's a backlog of water that has just picked out the route. And today we have a very good talk about the police officers, and also we talk about the area chief, whom they have to talk about how this kind of the issue is going and to solve this kind of the case, because we always keep it locked here, so you can just make sure that we are putting the channel to go, but much of the people are coming back to return much of the soil so they can just have the backlog of this kind of the water to be retained again here, which is bringing me and to this kind of the sarcasm again, so I can just clean. So this is the round of the finishing round that I'm just doing at this kind of the position, and everything gonna be now sealed permanently. I'm gonna be not coming back to this kind of the position because it's now becoming so rhetorical at this kind of the point. So keep it on, keep it locked. We have an area chief and also we have the police, so they're just taking over this kind of the game to make sure that they are solving this kind of the dispute that's coming out at this kind of the position. Keep it tuned. Let's go and check. Are they available? And we talk to them. Yeah. Jambo Kenya. Buyore.
Yeah.
Wala, sasa nimekukaribishia hapo hivi.
Ndani imeng'ara. Pole 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 pole.
Yeah.
We have water coming from down here. Yeah, look at this on here. So we have water coming from this part.
Hata
You
itaisha.
can check it here.
Ni wasafi.
You can see it.
Not one. There's another one here.
Eh? There's another one here.
There's another one.
So clear the water. Clear the water. We can just check on it because of too much water retention here. That's water. It has just sunken, and also it's now getting a pathway where it can just get the moment of getting out. So. Yeah, right. How do you go?
Right, kile kidogo. Kidogo.
Pole, 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 pole. Hi. Salamu alaikum.
Tulikuwa maaskari. go slow and slow, lakini mtapata uhuru na tena mtapaa madomo.
Twende leo uko hapa karibu kwetu.
Alipata madomo
kuna wengine wanapiga nani hapa. So you're going to be having some beverages here.
Ingia. Wako ndani.
So, is it fixed here? Yeah, guys, we are trying to make it happen. I don't know if the window, yeah, sealed using wires. Hey, even inside here, it's very warm. I don't know why it's very, very, very warm, eh? And I don't know this kind of the condition. So at least we have the net, and you're gonna be sleeping now good. But what had affected everywhere was water, guys. And I'm telling you this as a factor. I'm trying this for the last time, and I don't know if I'll just come back to this kind of the site again, because I've just talked about, I've tried my best to make it happen, because every time you come, it's not empty. You have to lure money, you have to get money out, you have to pay the wages. So this kind of the things will just be happening. And the real fantastic module is that everything is handled very properly. So you're going to be now sleeping because the net is already set, and also then the room is clear. You can come to this kind of the side here. So guys, kidogo tutupatia mwanga hapo kidogo. So guys, what I can just talk about is at this kind of the section, we have too many things here. Mr. Joseph. So yeah. I have a problem here a little bit. Wewe toka tu nje ndio sasa utatuona vizuri ya. So kuja huku nje kidogo. So we have guys, we have this kind of the water coming out. Come.
Yeah.
So this area is California. You can see what is coming like safari rally. Look at here. Look at here. So what is coming out like a safari rally? Look at here. Look at here. So water is coming out like safari rally. So it means that he's living in the middle of the
What?
sea. Is living inside the sea. So this is the real fact. And today you look so talkative today. What is in the head right now? Everything is good? And you are passing in terms of this water, and you came to my home and never told me that walk into. Do you know that water affected me again?
No, I told you when we left, the rain rained.
Oh, the rain rained.
Yeah, and the water.
It was yesterday. Yesterday I was here when I was feeling. Guys, yesterday I came when the rain now was raining. Yeah. So I even shooted a small video, but it was at night, and it was showing how water was running like a safari rally coming to this kind of the site. Yeah. And even I shooted the water getting in, but it was in a dark area. I could not film it so long because of that kind of the position it was. So the real fantastic model I can just talk about right today is Mr. Joseph. Right now, I've ever promised you that you're gonna be coming out of this kind of an area. You have said that you are so good at this kind of an area. Yeah. So you have seen the area chief has come, and he has talked about you are told that you have to evacuate from this kind of an area, and your children came. Is it a fact you denied?
No, I denied when you told me to go out.
No. When your children came, they came to see you.
Oh,
when they visited.
They told me to go home. I told them, here I'm just all right. No
here
bad.
You are all right.
Yeah.
So why are you now living in such kind of an area, yet they had a good area for you to stay?
Because I came here, because of that of Mr. Marwa, they broke out, the rain broke out the house. So I see this house.
The fact is, they came so they can just take you back home. And they're going to be having a good environment, not like the one you are living right now here. So
Yeah,
is it a convincing agent that whenever they're going to be coming again, you're going to be living with them or you're going to be living here
No,
again?
when they came back again,
Huh?
I believe to go with them.
You be
Yeah.
Now you have decided it.
Yeah.
Because how the condition is, you're going to be affected seriously. Because this kind of the numbness that is coming from this kind of the house, and also the moisture, and also the room is sealed permanently,
Yeah.
and inside here it's so warm.
Yeah.
There's no coldness inside here. And I don't know if you're going to be breathing inside here or not. I don't know. He's the one who's sleeping. How is the condition?
I do breathe well,
You breathe well.
but the badness, just only coolness a bit.
Coolness a bit. So you need coolness.
Eh.
So you need a
No,
fan.
I don't want to need coolness. But what I want to warm place, what is setting me is what
Or the sweater. You said you have blankets.
Yes.
You are so secure. So the
very
fact is now we have just done this kind of the work that are gonna be so settling this kind of the thing here.
Yeah.
And already you have seen we have come with the area police and
Yeah.
also the area chief to
Yeah.
talk about this kind of the matter of blocking again the channel. It
Yeah.
will never happen again. And if we're gonna be attempting tomorrow, it's gonna be eating on himself, because now the area chief has information of somebody is blocking the tunnel or the channel of water where water could just be passing to the other side. And also it's gonna be something that is gonna be so affectious again to him, even if he has defined that he's gonna be not going to his own home, but he has a right to stay because he's staying in Kenya, and he has a right to stay because there's you can stay anywhere in Kenya as far as you are a Kenyan. So the good thing is staying, yes, but how are we going to support him? Not that I'm supporting that you should not go home. I'm not supporting that you should not go home, but I'm saying that you are entitled to live and be provided with a good environment and security.
What I like is one good place. As this house could be right. Or like that for Marwa. I could like to stay in Korea because even though going at home, there's a lot of quarreling with people, which I dislike by heart.
Oh, there's so much quarreling.
Yeah, that's
So
why.
is there a land of you in that kind of an area?
There's a land because we call what we call a nation plot. Like this as you dug there.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
The public areas.
Public area. Wewe unasonga plot yangu wewe nini?
Or there are some of the quarrels about the boundaries.
The
That's what you are trying to mean here.
Yeah.
So the
That's
little
what
fact,
what I don't want.
that's what it
Quarrel.
has just got you out of your area
Yeah, because of quarrel.
because of the quarrel.
I don't want quarrel.
You don't want quarrel. So, but you have children. You have talked about 6 of them.
Yeah, I can.
Can you one day get me to your area?
If you
When
feel,
if I feel, or even tomorrow, we go to see your family.
or my family.
Yeah.
Tomorrow, no. Until I arrange.
Until you arrange up.
Yes.
Yes, that I'm gonna be giving you time so I can just to arrange and make
Yes.
sure that everything's so fantastic.
Very
It's gonna be very soon.
Yeah.
Because at this kind of the patheticness that is here, it's
Yeah.
gonna be so crucial and crucial to your own life. Huh?
Yes.
Yeah.
Very nice.
Exactly.
And there is a word I could like to tell you as today, as you come. Mr. Maro told me there is a private house there where I was living. So if he find fundi to make what we call floor,
Floor.
I go back there.
You go back there.
Yeah.
So have you talked with him?
I
So as
took-
I can just pass through there.
Yeah. You
So I can just see.
Yeah. And he told me if you find a fundi to make a floor in town and just make what we call plaster, you can come back.
Exactly. So no problem. I'm gonna be handling that kind of the position and everything gonna be.
What about if he get a chance of going home than going to Maro?
The good thing is we have 2 options coming. So if you're gonna be arranging much of the things so they can just go and visit him and visit the family, gonna be so infectious, so fantastic. And also it's again so they can just get out of this area here, and so they can just be transferred and be relocated to a place where it's so nice a little bit, because this kind of an area, it's a dead zone. It's called California.
Yeah.
Water
Yeah.
is coming like a safari, right?
My advice, it is best you look for just how he gonna be going back home.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And that's what. Do you have any number of your own person?
You have to eat.
Do you have a phone number?
Yes, I've got.
You have got a phone number? Overhead?
But I don't have it here.
No,
I can
overhead.
I can go and find it and I give you.
Okay, find it
Yeah.
tomorrow.
Yeah.
Come to my home,
Yes.
bring it.
Okay.
Right now I know your head is not here.
Yeah.
Yeah, I understand. So I understand that kind of the condition. So
Yeah.
the good thing is make sure that everything is settled.
I know everything now. As you done here, I know I will sit here.
So right now you're gonna be sleeping. Have you ate supper?
Supper, I go there, they give me.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Guys, we are out of this kind of the video, so as you can just make it happen. And we have much of the boys here. Hey, I have man Mayan here. How are you, man?
One.
Everything is
I
good.
was cameraing.
You are the cameraizing.
Exactly.
To make sure that everything is coming out very fantastic.
Things are coming live one on one.
From exactly.
Underscore to the real G.
Exactly, man.
So
and you have made it happen.
Exactly.
Yeah. Introduce yourself, man.
Hello, beautiful people.
Yeah.
Welcome back to Underscore Gintu's channel. Here I am, Only Mayani again. I have also a channel. If you are new to this channel and you have never reached on my channel, go by subscribing to Only Mayani. Have amazing content every time, every day.
Again and again and again and again. And we're going to be making it happen. Thank you very much everyone who has been tuned and locked in, because this is a fantastic module for us to go and make it happen. I have another gentleman here. Hi, man.
Yes, sir.
So make sure that we're taking this kind of the buckets. Not yet. Take this kind of the buckets here, because the water again going to be coming back because of I talked about we have some of spring waters coming out from this kind of the position. So this kind of an area going to be Mitura. So you're going to be getting to a closest moment again, so as you can just have this kind of bado niko hapa.
So you are back,
I'll be back. Okay. I'll be back. So hey, you want a shout out, man?
Yeah, man.
You are here. How are you, man?
Fine.
Everything's good?
Yeah,
Introduce
fantastic.
yourself, man, because you are here in the work.
Yeah, I go by the name Pesaman.
Yes, man.
Can you go check out and subscribe
Like, share.
and comment?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Pesaman.
Thank you, Pesaman.
Exactly.
You are just helping this our father here.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So as you
But
can just
I
live
find
in a
it
good area.
very
Disturbing.
pathetic and disturbing that I was watching your videos by then, and 2 days I passed here and I found that again there was big stones.
Exactly.
That I
Heaped
couldn't carry. You know.
Exactly. I understand.
Yeah, and this is almost our family land,
Yeah.
because it's good that this man should accept the water to pass through that channel.
Because right now we have
has
sealed
been,
it. Because
always,
if you're going to be coming back
always,
again to block that kind of an area, it's going to be a police case and you're going to be arrested for that. And they're going to be paying us for this kind of the money we are using to make sure that we are putting much of the people to take and make sure that the channel is running. And keep it tuned, bro. Make it happen. Let's support the vulnerable so they can just enjoy the fruits of the youngness. We have another gentleman here. How are you, man?
I'm good.
Everything is good?
It's good. I have tea Keresa.
Oh, you have here. So you are the one making sure that the area and talk about the net gonna be fixed there. And I respect for that one, man. Thank you very much. Introduce yourself, man.
My name is Peterman.
Exactly.
I have a YouTube channel. Please go there, share, comment, and subscribe.
Peterman.
Peterman.
Exactly. Peterman. Exactly. I have another gentleman from this kind of the side, but you never came whenever the job was to be done. No. How are you, man? And you have so many injuries, man. You look like are you a motorbike? So you are now, you understand, come this side here. Come this side here. You are talking about you followed down.
Yes,
and the side mirror is not having there. So you understand that whenever you are riding a motorbike, you are the body of the motorbike. You understand that one?
Yeah.
So when you are riding, so why couldn't you wear the helmet?
Bro, you know, the young men do. Sometimes even me, I don't like helmet.
You don't like?
Yeah.
So that kind of a scar is gonna be onto you. No problem. Introduce yourself then.
Hello, beautiful people.
Exactly.
Welcome back again to On Gintu's channel.
Exactly.
It's your boy Only Clinton, guys.
Only
Clinton.
Only Clinton.
Yeah, man.
Fantastic. So how is everything, bro?
Everything is good.
Everything is getting?
Yeah.
One.
Yesterday I told you I'm coming you to give me a shout out. Then
you came?
I get a lot of job.
Exactly. There's no problem, man. But today you have just gotten it here.
Yeah, man.
Only Clinton.
Yeah.
And subscribe, like, share, comment, and make it happen.
Yeah, man.
This is the fantastic module. Let's make it happen.
Yeah.
Exactly. Guys, as I'm going to be ending up this kind of the one-on-one live coming out from this kind of the position, I'm going to be talking about we are in Nyaboansa a little bit here to make sure that everything is working properly. And we're going to be ending this kind of the live one-on-one and keep it tuned, keep it locked. And this is the way forward.